All right.
I've had a nightmare. Villa, that's a strange one because that's been consistently banned out by Furia as Villa. So they've let that one through the banning stage this time.
I think this has probably had some of the lesser expected bans out of what we've had through the season so far, right? This is, if my mind serves me correctly, Tim, risky play, and it will be served up with punishment. But Tim, there's a bit of a mistake in the detonation. Cyprus, the man might have a field day, but one of them is going to be a team kill. In the end, it won't a 1 versus 3. They've got a huge manpower advantage off the back of it, and they will still finish up the round. It was a small mistake in a sea of success. A lovely round coming out from SANTOS to kick us off, and actually a fairly clean one.
Just manages to keep his distance so that he's out of range. Will be closed down by Wagon. This is the danger of allows Novice to get in and start getting that defender diffuser down rather, but it's the defender shut down by Highs as he closes out the round 2 going to Furia. I told you, Jackie, I called it in a tweet earlier today. Open up a soft wall and leave that wall soft. It's got potential, but obviously they need to stop the players getting in behind.
This could work out even better as well as the Nitro goes casting out through the doorway, but it won't actually pick up the frag. It won't matter though, as Highs just peeks back in anyway. Faces the mirror, and he will smash his lips clean off, dispatching him as soon as he got an opportunity.
Sardinia, but look at the counter there. That is not the end of the world, losing the 2 roamers with only a minute left on the clock, especially when Cyprus is up there still making a nuisance of himself.
Impacts being cast out to slow them down. Wag going for the peak, and he finds the first, slaying the initial man as Bread gets broken in 2, and they can't do anything about it. Knocked off the defending around, looking like Bambi as he gets shot in the back of the head. Cyprus trading onto Fred, but as he peeks past the doorway, it'll be his demise that he spots. Scardina from the stairs to straight into the brick wall, smashes his face as his jaw has been shattered by Highs on the Maverick Tim. The last round going over to Furia, assault coming towards him. He's holding the angle, so it should be a free frag, which it will. Hook, line, and sinker. Fred walks out and gets busted one of the Furia members. It's just down to Lender and Novice, and at this point, they are starving themselves out. No time.
Picking up all 3 kills will be impactless at this point, unfortunately for him. Ultimately, shut down by Scardina on the pistol. It will be a SANTOS win in round number 7, and a good attack from them, which is what we would expect based on what we've seen previously. Come onto blue corridor. Bursa at close range with a shotgun will get 1, but we have kills trading in both directions. 17 seconds to go, and this one is going to be a brawl in the final moments, but it's SANTOS coming over the location of the last man. Bursa able to shut down an attempt on the plant, but will not matter as he's traded immediately by the mighty man himself. Closes him down, closes out the round, and SANTOS once again before this is activated. There it goes. The first man that he sees will be his undoing. Cyprus shuts down Highs from across the site, and that is going to be another round to SANTOS. Guaranteed.
I have a fairly tight inkling of what is going down into this round. Issue is, I'll tell you who's going down.
Open Scardina taking huge shots there, but ultimately Rise will be able to shut Novice down. Disadvantaged situations previously. What a move he goes to get onto the back of the Kaid, but will be unable to secure the kill. Bursa simply downed. He tries to move on, and that is unfortunate. I can see a different timeline there where Rise goes absolutely atomic for them. But
stunners. But for how long can they keep them at bay?
Now very aware of the pressure coming in from the dirt tunnel there. Lender opens in a 4 versus 3, and the man count here just goes back and forward as Bursa gets himself a kill, but immediately bullying him on the site, and Highs just dances left, right, centre, trying to get anything he can, but he'll get absolutely nothing as Scardina comes in, closes things out for SANTOS, and that is going to be the map. It went all the way to the wire.
With the shields, and I think that's the story of the game, Tim. All of the Monty plays we saw throughout this one were really, really lucrative. They did so much. We found 2 rounds that were guaranteed
a lot here, but Villa has certainly taken a bit of a nosedive. It's the first time that we're seeing it this time around, and Band's coming in there. Nothing too much of a surprise. We've got Monty to try and make a nuisance over there, whilst Wag and Rise certainly make a nuisance of themselves. Mighty getting in on the action as well, and this is quickly going in the direction of SANTOS.
He's really risking it for a biscuit into this one. He extends, though. He goes for the peak. He could have played the angle. When they push in, he would have had a prime opportunity to serve up shotgun soup. Instead, he gets done in. Peaks round, his lips are slapped off. Inside the late round, they'll look and play for a pick. Split pick seems to be working so far as the first man has
putting some vertical pressure down onto site. A nice nitro goes out from the pulse, but Wag will shut down more than a couple of toxic babes to stop this attack as Santos burst into sight. Mighty shutting down highs. Find ourselves now Lender 3 versus 5. You can see that toxic babe canister out there, just doing a little bit of work to slow things down here, but it's going to take more. It is all on the shoulders of Fred. Can he find the first? Yes, shots in the back. Can he find the second? Looks at the man, does get him down, but it's Cyprus ultimately getting the kill. Onto Fred to shut things out in round 2. Another one going to Santos and Furia. They need to get themselves into this one. Santos just starting to get them encircled now and will look towards an execute soon. Now here come the kills. Fred and Novice managed to get 2 for themselves. These are bouncing backwards and forwards right now. Furia rolls around them and Wag will be shut down by Novice at the end of round 3 there. Furia, they finally get themselves on the board here defensively, and we know, Jackie, that they have struggled defensively previously, but for me, the sights here, we can see Santos are starting to get some control, and it's something they did very well last time. But once again, Fred versus 3 now. It's just slowing Santos down a little bit, but then Mighty, he hits the gas once again, trying to get any view they can, use the utility, shut down there, and surely now this is a round to stick this. He has no choice. The time has ticked away. Wag shuts him down on the doorway. Santos taking round number 5.
Oh, man. You called it, Tim. That round was tricky, and his only play was to run past Scardina. The breaching device would knock up the shield for a temporary amount of time. Fred, though, on the flank, finds himself the critical kill as he vanishes his way through another man. Cyprus, on the trade, will find himself a second, but it's not looking good. Lender, lending a massive helping hand to the side of Furia as he guns them all down. Whack! A 1v2. They are low. This is winnable, but he's got 8 seconds. He needs to attack now as he turns the corner. It's not going to go down the way he wanted it to. Furia, they clean up. Lender popping off into the round. Wamai hitting him with a whammy. That is a big play from Lender. Busting out the scalpel and cutting apart the entire roster of Furia, leaving them down. The doorway at all, as obviously he's blocked off by the shield and the electricity, but luckily he's put out of his misery. Wag charging around the corner with the SMG, slaps him up the side of the face, and does quite literally smoke him.
Having the clash still up
and looking for an early kill, but Cyprus has the angle. He runs in reloading as well. He had his breaching device.
As you say, just seemed to be unaware of just exactly how much he was exposing himself. Cyprus gets a second from the same location, this time onto highs, and it's all starting to fall apart for Furia on the astronomy. They will just be using this time to have a chat, try to level things out as a team, get on the comms and see what they can do going forward. Limited now to trying to get the approach. Now, I'm not sure that he knows there's a man on the close angle, and Cyprus will
walk through the doorway. There is a dormant waiting, and this bouncer is aggroed him. He's left to make a 2 versus 5 happen. Scratch that. Much like Burst has been scratched from existence, it's a 1 versus 5. Highs is the only one standing, and he has a very high chance of being blown to bits. Scardina dashes out the nitro and secures them a perfect round. Santos are gunning for a 2-0 victory tonight. That's an
statuary sight. Jumps himself back up through the hatch, gets 1, rotates through a soft wall, gets 2, much like Rise has just done. 2 on the shotgun, make it 3. He has come in huge to the Terminus. They are surely going to be shut down now. Novice, he manages to get 1 back, 2 versus 3 on the board. Now, in comes the pressure. Cyprus gets Novice, it's 1 versus 4, and this is surely the final seconds. There comes Sardinia on the Oryx, picks up the knife kill to finish us off in round 11, and that is going to be a full 3-point win for Santos.
Anyway, but he's done it in style. The man has lived his movie on Oryx. It might not be as cinematic as the big man. How you doing, Chubbs?
Hey, what's up? Not that good today, man. Not that good.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal. I mean, close games at least, right? They were relatively close. Coming in straight away, the one thing I want to ask you about, the 2 new additions into the team, Novice and Lender. Back on the first play day, Novice for me was ridiculously impressive. He looked like a great entry fragger. It seemed like he had a really clear understanding of his role. I don't feel like we really saw the entry frags today. What went wrong?
I guess we felt some difficulties because Santos play over-aggressive on the early stage of the game. And we felt like some issues while like we lost a lot of drones on the prep phase, and that made us like retreat a little bit and work a little bit slower than the usual. And that's why this change of pace of the game was very, very bad for us.
quite a few times, Chubbs, we saw you have some really good rounds as a team. You played really well, and it seemed like it was turning around, but then you just struggled to continue that. Was that down to you guys and not being consistent in the performance, or was it Santos adapting to what you were doing?
We were trying to adapt over what we are seeing, what they were doing, and because of that, that affected directly our consistency, doing our own strat. So because of that, I think like work like more. How can I say it? Like work better for them than for us.
It makes sense. It makes sense, man. I wanted to ask as well, right? Obviously, just in terms of it was a big change from last season to this season in terms of kind of revamping the roster a little bit. You've already looked like the team has improved. There's been a lot of clear-cut improvements we've seen. I just wondered how you feel like the team's going to do towards the end of the season, where you're aiming to try and finish, and if we still haven't seen the true Furia yet.
Yeah, we didn't show the 100% or 100% in the game. We are always having some kind of issue that I think the biggest problem right now is like to find our own style and be consistent over the game. We are like losing ourselves in the middle of the rounds, and that causing us to lose like rounds that we shouldn't lose, you know.
Yeah.
With the new additions coming in, Chubbs, do you think that's, I assume, been part of it? Does everybody feel settled within their role, or maybe there's some changes to make there?
I think we are already settled on that point, on this point. I think we are good on this point. Like everyone is comfortable doing what they are doing. It's just to find our own style, you know, like because Lena came with different play style, Novice as well did as well, and the other ones we had a different style from last split. So we are already like we are just like making things work right now. So I'm pretty confident for the rest of the split, to be honest.
I hope so, man. It's always nice to get to speak to you, Chubbs. Obviously, before we let you go, unfortunate games tonight. Hopefully, we'll see more coming out from you soon. Is there anything you want to say to any of the supporters of Furia out there?
Keep believing in us. Thank you for all the support, all the fans, all the message we are receiving. Like every single time we play, winning or losing, the support is incredible. So I'm just have to thanks and keep believing. We have a next game against FaZe. We'll be better, and that I can promise you.
I can't wait to see it, mate. Thanks again for popping on, brother. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Chin up. Well played tonight, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Chubbs.